Last week on Racer.com, I wrote a column about how ridiculous this year's Indianapolis 500 purse was. I said they paid out $13 million out of what they take in May. $60 million was their take. Was probably the biggest cash cow in Indianapolis Motor Speedway history. I said they paid out they said they paid out $13 million. I said they paid out $11 million because the leader circle money was $100,000 a car. Wrong. The leader circle money for 21 of the 33 drivers was $300,000. So it was $300,000 taken out of every check for 21 of the 33 drivers. The rest of the drivers, they were the part-time guys that just ran Indy only. Their owners got a check for $200,000. So then they got what was left over. Now, how crazy is this? Here's how crazy it is. Carlos Munoz had a check at the victory banquet for $788,000. Well, after taxes, or after the owner's share, he got $483,000. But he didn't get that. He got a percentage of $483,000. Joseph Newgarden finishes third. His check's $574,000. After the owners get their cut, he gets a percentage of $274,000. Charlie Kimball finishes fifth, $423,000 check, smiles, thanks everybody at the victory banquet, goes home and realizes that his percentage was what $123,000 was left over. He got a percentage of that. J.R. Hildebrand, he's not in the Leader Circle Club. His owner, Ed Carpenter, only had one car in the Leader Circle Club. So he got $257,305 for finishing sixth. So his percentage was based off of $57,000. Not a big payday for busting your butt and running sixth. But the guy that really got a bad deal was Matt Brabham, the rookie. Runs all day, keeps his nose clean, finishes 22nd. His check was for $202,805. After the $200,000 goes to his car owner, he gets a percentage of $2,805. So if he gets 50%, he might have had enough money to fly him back to Florida to his home. The bottom line is Daytona gave away $18 million and had 100,000 people at the Daytona 500. If the Speedway had 325,000, which I think they claim they did, it's embarrassing to think the purse was so low. And you take out the leader circle money, it means they only put in about $7 million out of that big take. So something needs to change. The mechanics get hosed just as bad as the drivers because their money on their year-end percentages is based on what's left after they subtract the leader circle money. Now we're going to go to some hard news. The aero kits are there's going to be a decision on the aero kits probably within the next week to 10 days, according to Jay Fry. Now there's three groups. There's Pratt & Miller, the people that made the Chevrolet aero kit and did such a good job. There's Nick Worth, who kind of put Honda behind the 8-ball with his aero kit until he got pushed aside. And, of course, there's Dallara, who makes the chassis. It's probably going to be from one of those three. And the hope was there was going to be a new aero kit for 2017. But in talking to everybody in the paddock, it sounds like that might be tough to do. We may be stuck with these aero kits for one more year before you can have a new one in 2018. And last but not least, a week after the Indianapolis 500, we come off this great race with all this speed and all this trauma and all this intrigue. We come to a street course race. Roger Penske does a great job here in Detroit. Chevrolet certainly deserves to have a race. There's no doubt about it. But it'd be nice to see this race pushed back later. We should be at an oval the week after Indy, or maybe even have the week off. But you got to keep that momentum. You got to go to Texas. Maybe try to go back to Michigan. Go to Iowa. Go somewhere where you're on an oval and speed and it's more exciting and the fans are more into it, because I just don't think you can go from the Indy 500 to a street race. That's just my opinion. I've only been trying to figure out IndyCar racing for 50 years, so what the hell do I know? All right. Thanks for watching. Read Marshall Pruitt's story this week on Racer.com. This is Robin Miller. Thanks again.